Alright, so a few weeks ago, we made a video titled Ghost Has to Kill Makarov in Modern Warfare 4. Here's why. Now, the premise of that video was to talk about a few people who had problems, vendettas, or hatred towards Makarov, and who out of those people deserved to get the kill on Makarov. And, no matter how much we like Commander Graves here on this particular channel, I'm a fan of the guy. I like the actor, I like the portrayal, and I thought he was a pretty cool fucking character up until his apparent villain turn, which I did not like. But I just like the character. There's so much potential that we've even done like short stories and stories about his redemption. I'm writing a second story right now about that. So yeah, suffice to say, I'm a big ass fan of Graves. But some people were commenting, you should do a video talking about who should get the final kill on Commander Graves. Now that's a video that hurts my little heart to do because I don't want to do it. I don't want my boy to die. I want my boy to survive. And then in a great world, we get a big old spin-off later about Call of Duty and private military companies and shadow companies. One of those, and Graves is taking center stage, right? That's my ideal world. So no, I don't want him to die. I don't want him to die in MW4. I don't want him to get caught. I want his ass to survive. But let's go ahead and go through the logical road of what is probably going to happen in Call of Duty. Maybe there's a big chance that if you want to wrap up the story of Modern Warfare 4 with this next release and you want to kind of wrap everything up, get all the actors going, you're probably going to want to kill off and finish off a few things. So if you do decide to kill Graves in Modern Warfare 4, you could do it a few ways. Who really should do it? Who has a vendetta against Graves? Who wants him dead? Who could benefit from his death? Those are the type of questions that you need to be asking when it comes to the death of Commander Graves. Now, I don't think anyone currently alive and in Task Force 141 has much of a reason to kill Commander Graves right now. At first, you had Captain Price, who really kind of wanted him dead, kind of wanted him to back away from his team. But the Soap kind of took care of the problem when he thought he killed him in the tank. And then after he came back, they ended up working together. And by they, I mean the Shadow Company and Task Force 141. After that happened, I really don't see any reason as to why Captain Price or Ghost or Gaz or Farah even, right, would want to kill Commander Graves. So I don't think any of those guys are in the question to kill him. I think it would be kind of bullshit. I think it would be kind of pulled out of your ass, really, to have like Ghost murder Grass or Price do it. So I don't think any of them should do it. Now, I think if you look at it logically, you would say, well, of course, Alejandro is the one who needs to get the kill. Alejandro is the Los Vaqueros Special Force leader. He's the guy who kind of was running things for Modern Warfare 2 in the Mexico sections. And he put his trust in the Shadow Company, put his trust in Laswell and Shepard, put his trust in Graves, running operations together at the oil rig and things like that. And then what ends up happening? Graves, while they're doing the oil rig operation, grabs his Shadow Companies to take over the quote-unquote military base that Los Vaqueros had. Put them all in a prison in the middle of nowhere in the desert, and then he tried to kick Alejandro and Task Force 141 out. Things escalated, Alejandro attacked, and Alejandro got put in handcuffs, and he got sent to the prison too. So they have a really big rivalry there. They have a lot of hatred towards each other, specifically Alejandro towards Graves. Now, Graves doesn't trust Alejandro for many different reasons, whether it was genuine or not. They just don't trust each other. And because of that, I think Alejandro is the guy who should get the kill for the most part when it comes to who should end Commander Graves. Alejandro is the one who would benefit the most from it, probably in terms of character evolution. You get Alejandro to take revenge for Graves and cleaning up this dirty PMC guy who's a liar, who threw General Shepard under the bus in public, tried to clean his hands, did all these bad things, and then tried to leave. You would basically have the hero Alejandro come and take out the big bad guy, Graves. If anyone were to kill Graves, it would have to be Alejandro, in my opinion. Now, the problem with this is, with Task Force 141 being stranded over in Korea for Modern Warfare 4, the game taking place mostly in Korea, what the fuck would the Mexican Special Force team, Los Vaqueros, be doing all the way up there, right? I don't there's no reason why they should be up there. And there's no reason why the Shadow Company should be up there if General Shepard isn't involved in the dealings of Task Force 141 and what may be going on. So there's no reason why a private military company from the United States should be in Korea at the same time as Los Vaqueros, a Mexican special force unit. What are they doing up there? What are they fighting? I mean, I get it. You're trying to find Makarov, this worldwide terrorist, but I don't think you're going to get all these teams together to go do that. So I don't think that would... I don't think Modern Warfare 4 allows us to have closure between Alejandro and Commander Graves. I just don't think that's the case. So as much as Alejandro deserves to get the kill on Graves, I don't think it would happen in MW4. Now, if both of those characters survive the events of MW4 or aren't even mentioned, then you leave the door open for a later title, a spin-off or something that could involve them too, and then you could kind of play around there. Let's take at the third option here as to who could kill Graves. And it could be Vladimir Makarov, right? It could be him. In my opinion, this Makarov has this thing of like, he didn't do enough in the third game. I felt that every single thing he tried to do for the most part failed, and he just kind of concentrated on one little area and wasn't really that big bad threat, this looming threat that everybody wanted him to be. He just didn't feel like he was. Now, Commander Graves is a beloved character, believe it or not, or a character that splits the fan base, right? But I think there's a lot of like, oh yeah, Graves is this badass guy. Graves is this badass like American PMC who's cool as fuck and talks cool, and he's just a cool dude, right? So a lot of people like him. Now, how angry would you be if you are a fan of Commander Graves to see Makarov, this piece of shit that you don't like, grab Graves somehow, kidnap him, torture him, and then fucking kill him? It's not like you're going to motivate Task Force 141 by doing that. It's not like you're going to be like, oh no, they got Graves, let's get him. You know, it's like the team wouldn't be motivated, but you as an individual might be if you are a fan of Graves. And it could be a thing of like, wow, look at what he did to Graves. He caught Graves. He did it. Makarov is unhinged. We have to get him quickly before he grabs anybody else. And so Makarov and his Connie group has fucked with Commander Graves and his shadows for a long time. They lost the missiles because Connie Group intercepted his team, killed a bunch of his shadows, and Graves couldn't do anything about it. Graves isn't a man who's going to forget that. Graves isn't a man who's going to just say, oh yeah, fuck it. No, like those are his men. You know, he cared about those men. And as we know, because of our research within the Shadow Company stories, Graves handpicks most of his soldiers, most of his teams. So he knows them personally. He has a connection to them. And to see them get murdered by Connie probably really pissed him off. And now he wants to get his revenge. And he probably wanted to for a long time. And then not only that, but Connie and Makarov and Andre Nolan picked up a shadow and tortured answers out of him. That's something else that happened in Modern Warfare 3. That is something else that Graves probably knows about, and that is something else that he probably wants to get revenge for. So I think you could use the excuse, or you could use the story beat of having Graves be angry at Makarov. Graves ends up in Korea to help Task Force 141 on orders of Laswell maybe, or on orders of somebody else that took General Shepard's place, and they know that they already have this little history, so let's go ahead and send Graves and his shadows over there. They get up there, they try to intercept something, and Graves ends up getting like publicly executed by Makarov in this like really brutal way, televised to the United States. And Makarov sends a message like, you know, your Americans cannot kill us or something like that, and then bam, you know, like fucking murders Graves on national fucking television or something. I don't know, something brutal, something crazy, something dark, something that would make you say, you motherfucker, holy shit, that was... If you did that to Commander Graves, we gotta stop him, right? Like, you could have Makarov kill Graves in a very brutal way, public way, to show what a real dangerous threat he has become by Modern Warfare 4. I wouldn't like it. You know, I would not like to see that, but that is a way to move the story forward, I think, a bit, and to kind of give these characters some finality if this is the ending of the Modern Warfare games as we know them to be in this modern retelling. So yeah, that's kind of what I think. I think you have your options. You could do someone from Task Force 141, but I think it would be bullshit to do. So Captain Price, no, I wouldn't do that. Alejandro Vargas, I could definitely see him doing that, and maybe he should do that, but I don't think that will happen in MW4. And so that leaves you with Makarov in MW4, which I could see the most plausible and I could see happening. Now, a quick side character or an extra character, what do you call those things? Oh, I can't remember I can't remember what you call something when it's not the main point, but then you have like a side thing, and you're like, oh, honorary mention. Like, you fucking stupid dog. It's honorary mention. For an honorary mention, I would say Valeria Garza. Valeria could maybe kill Graves because of her imprisonment, all the threats that he did towards her, embarrassing her, pissing her off. Like, I could see that happening, but would that really push the story forward in any way? Would anybody really like to see Valeria kill Graves? No. If anything, I would like to see Graves kill her. So yeah, honorary mention goes to Valeria. But who do you think should get the final kill on Commander Philip Graves?